For this last module, we're going to continue to talk about social policy. Specifically, we're going to discuss restorative justice. Please review the section on restorative justice in Chapter 16 of your book, and also read the literature review from the OJJDP. The link for that's in the module. So what is restorative justice? The root of the word is restore, which means to restore the community to where it was before the crime occurred. And we can compare this with our current system, which we might call in its purest form retributive justice. And retributive justice is where appropriate punishment is the best response to criminal behavior. So why do people think we should turn more to principles of restorative justice? Well, victims in the community feel that they aren't a part of the justice process, and many offenders don't seem to grasp how their crimes hurt others in the community. And we've also found that simply locking up offenders, it doesn't do the job of healing victims or communities. And offenses are considered crimes against the state rather than crimes against people or the community. And here are some principles of restorative justice. Crime is an offense against human relationships. Victims and the community should play a role in the justice process. First, the justice process should help victims, and second, the justice process should restore the community as close as possible to where it was before the crime occurred. The offender has personal responsibility to victims and the community, and restorative justice will help offenders to better understand the harm of their crime. So you can see there's a lot of stuff about victims and community and restoring order and bringing the offender back in to make a difference in the community and to bring the community, to heal the community, the victim, and as well as the offender. And here's some restorative justice programs from the OJJDP literature review that's in the module. And these are specifically focused on juveniles, but the ideas could apply to adult offenders as well. And there are things like family group conferences, victim impact panels, victim offender mediation, and circle sentencing, as well as community boards that look at reparations. I'm going to add a couple other things, and that is restitution and community service, because these things can also be used to restore order in the community after a crime. What are the goals of restorative justice? What are the aims of these kinds of programs? Well, resolution, that's repairing the victim and the offender so they both can be contributing members of society, strengthening and building the community, healing the victim and the community, public safety, and reducing the likelihood of recidivism. And if we compare this with the model of retribution, for that model, there's very little concern about the victim or healing the community or relationships. And there's little concern for bringing the offender back into the community to become a contributing member. And it's true that the correctional system that we have is concerned with what happens to offenders when they return to the community. But there's so many barriers to success, and there's not enough support. And ex-offenders are stigmatized, and many never fully reintegrate. So does restorative justice have a place in the American justice system? Some elements already are part of it, things like the victim impact statements, restitution, and community service. But are they the main thrust of the process, and are they being implemented in a way that makes them successful? And these are questions that we can ask and can read more about, and you'll learn more about this when you have your classes on corrections. Okay, so this was the final module, and it's a short week, so please make a note that the final deadlines are on Friday instead of Saturday. Thanks.